Doing the building a new home example, we're going to start by plotting the points A and B because neither of these have any precedence. Then C and D we can see are both preceded by A, so they have to come out of A. E is preceded by B, and F is preceded by A as well. So there's the first round. G is preceded by D and E. H is preceded by C. Then we've got I, which is preceded by G. Then we've got J, which is preceded by G as well. Then K is preceded by H, F, and I. And that's a bit of a problem because we've drawn F in such a place that it's going to have to cross over. It's not really a problem, but if we draw up here, then we can have it without crossing over, make things look a bit nicer. Then we'll keep going. L preceded by J, and then both L and K finish. So I'm just going to draw it again. I'm going to refer back to my old picture. Here it is. And I'm going to draw it out a bit nicer. So we'll just put everything in as we had it before, except I moved F into its new place. Moved E down a bit, just to make things work out a bit nicer. This will make our working out a bit easier later on too. It really doesn't take too long to do a second copy, so rather than working with a messy version, let's just do that. Alright, and K and L both lead to the finish because there's nothing that follows them. Now I'm just going to put the numbers on, the weights, the duration weeks for each of these from our table. I'll put them all on. I just like to draw them at the bottom of each letter. And I'm going to put up a little red box now. This is going to have my early start time at the top and late start time at the bottom. We'll do that for each of these. I'll skip that bit. Alright, now that's done, I'm just going to put in my early start time for everything. Since A and B are both preceded by nothing, their start time can be 0. That's the beginning of the process. C has a start time of 4 because that's how long it takes for A, which precedes it, to finish. E has a start time of 6 because that's how long it takes for B to complete. G has an early start time of 9 because D takes 4 weeks to start and 5 weeks to finish, same as E. Oh, I forgot one for J. And when we get to K, we have lots of choices to make. We can choose between 7 weeks for H plus the 14 weeks it takes to start. We can choose 19 weeks for F plus the 15 weeks it takes to start. I also leads to 19 and we'll take 21 because we have to take the biggest going forwards. Right, so that's our early start time on the top and late start time on the bottom. That's what we're going to do now. We do early start time going forward and we do late start time going back. So going back, all we have to do is take the previous late start time. So I'll take 22 for L minus 9, that gives me 13 for J. 13 minus 2 gives me 11 for G, and since I get the same from I take the same one. But going backwards, I always take the smallest one. Take the biggest one going forwards for early start time, the smallest one going back for late start time, if I have a choice. So when I do A, I'm going to have to choose between 4 for C minus 4, the duration of A gives me 0, or 6 minus 4 or 6 minus 4 going through F or D. And I take 0 because I have to take the smallest going backwards. Now these points here, A, C, H, and K, they have no difference between the early and late start time. That means they are part of my critical path, which is A to C to H to K to finish, and that takes 26 weeks. And you can see weeks is up there in the top left in that table. So can't forget to include that.